Hey. Happy New Year. Wishing you a happy and a healthy 2021. If you're new to this community or if you've been with me for a while, welcome. My name is Josephine. I'm a certified health education specialist, and my mission is to educate you, to empower you, to chat with you on how you can use food as medicine. And I'm talking about whole plant-based foods as medicine to shrink fibroids naturally, if that's the route you've decided to take. Of course, sometimes surgery is necessary to improve a woman's quality of life, but this is a space where there's no judgment. If you want to do partial surgery after recovery, you still need to heal your body. Or if you want to rid your body of any kind of inflammation or toxicity, any kind of disease that is weighing you down, this is the channel that will support you in doing so. My name is Josephine, and today I want to share with you 5 simple ways on how you can achieve and maintain your health milestones or health goals for 2021. So I like to call them milestones, as some people call them goals, but whichever way you want to call them, we are going to chat a little bit on how you can achieve and how to maintain them. So first thing first, I just want you to be easy on yourself. Be easy on yourself. It's a new year. Yes, we all write these goals and we want to achieve all these health milestones, and we go so hard at the beginning, and then we kind of the peak, and then it slows down. So be easy on yourself this process, and you can start by writing down that goal milestone for your health. So what is it that you want to do for your health this year? What is it that you would wish to achieve for yourself, that you've been meaning that you want to work on, you haven't had time, but now you're ready to start. You're ready to start working on your health, on yourself. So the first thing is to be specific. Be specific on what you want through this year as you work towards your health milestone. And that means looking at making a list and see where you fall on that list. That will help you to know how much time you'll have to allocate for whatever thing that you want to do. That means you can, sometimes family, education, going to school, work, those are some of the things that are on the list of every day to do, our life activities. But you need to find yourself on a list, and hopefully you're at the top. Because if you're not at the top of the list and everything else is below, you can't serve people from a place of exhaustion. So hopefully you'll find yourself, when you put everything down, you will find yourself on top of the list. So the first simple way is to be specific on what you want. So this will answer your what. What is it that you want for your health? You want to shrink fibroids naturally. Fine. Or you have already had surgery and you don't want the fibroids to come back. That's the answer. So what is it that you want through this health milestone? Then you're going to answer the question why. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to achieve this health milestone? Is it going to give you some freedom in your life to do the things that you love to do? What is it why are you doing this? And finally, it should answer how. How are you going to achieve this health milestone? So the first thing is just be specific to the point. What is it that you want to do? If it's the weight loss, so be specific on that. I just want to lose weight. I want to lose a specific amount of weight. So be specific what you want. I want to, because as I talked about it before, body fat also contributes to fibroids. So if you want to work on that also as the first thing, or if you just really want to introduce more plant-based foods into your diet, that can be one thing to be specific about. And find yourself, where do you find yourself on that list? Whatever that you write, be specific about it, and also write your life priorities. Where do you find yourself on that life's priority? Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, how are you going to track your progress? So you have written your health milestone. So how are you going to track it? Is it you will be going for an ultrasound after maybe 3 months or 6 months to check if the fibroids are shrunk? Or if you're going to weigh yourself to see if you're losing weight? Or you're going to keep a journal, fibroid pain journal, to track your pain or to track how you're progressing. So if you eliminate some of the foods that feed fibroids, which I already have on my channel, by the way, you are going to track the feeling, how you're feeling. If you do certain foods, if you're introducing certain foods, how do you feel? If you take certain foods that are feeding fibroids, do you feel some kind of changes? So you're going to be tracking your progress that way. So you need to make sure that you know how you're going to track your progress. So that's the second way on how you can start achieving and maintaining it. Okay? The third way is to set your health milestone that is achievable. Be very, once you're specific, you need to make that health milestone be achievable. This will push you to not be in your comfort zone. So, for example, let's say you want to introduce more plant-based in your diet and you're thinking, okay, how do I start? You can start maybe meatless Monday. So every Monday you don't consume any animal-based products. Or you can, you can add more lentils, more beans, or just that Monday you don't eat any animal-based products and you focus more on rich plant-based products. So that's something that is achievable, right? So you can just decide on what is it that health milestone. Is this something that you can achieve, And then that will move us to number 4. Be very realistic about this health milestone. As I said, we all have life priorities. We have work, we have children, some of us are still pursuing education. There's so much. We have social life too. So you have to be very realistic and be patient with yourself and be kind with yourself. So you've made your list and you know that after a certain period of time, you want to maybe lose a certain amount of weight, or you want to at least feel that you're getting rid of the estrogenic foods that are feeding fibroids, or you're getting to a place where you are not eating a lot of processed foods, Another example I can give, to be realistic, let's say you have a very busy work schedule and you know that you cannot make smoothies every morning, you know what I mean? So what you can do, maybe on the weekend, you can find time to make a smoothie for 3 days, or juicing. Lately, I've been doing a lot of juicing than smoothie, actually. So juicing is a great way. So you can make like one batch for 4 days, because it can last in the fridge for up to 3 to 4 days if you store it in a glass container. So be realistic on, put into consideration your life, what's around you. Is it something that, if you have certain support, will you be able to achieve it? So be very realistic about this health milestone that you want to achieve in 2021. And that will just help you to be kind to yourself and to be patient and not feel overwhelmed or guilty if you don't reach that milestone after a specific period of time. And that leads me to my 5th simple point, my last point, and is to have a timeline to help you on track with the milestone, with the health milestone. So it's important to have a timeline. You have a whole year and you're starting now, and you are saying to yourself, by 6 months, hopefully when I go to an ultrasound to check myself, you're hoping that there will be some difference. If you already know the size of your fibroids, that there will be some difference in the size. That will show you that it's working. Whatever you're doing, it's working. So have a timeline, and that will help you also keep track. It will make you you already have your short milestones that you're working towards the big milestones. So if you have a timeline, you're working towards something for a specific period of time. And that really helps a lot with just being focused and staying on course with what you really want to achieve. Okay, so 5 simple ways on how you can achieve and maintain your health milestones for 2021. As we said, first thing, you have to be specific. Number 1, be very, very specific on what that is. So that's going to answer your what, your why, and how question. So be very specific. And in that moment where you're being specific, you need to also list your priorities and where do you fall on that list. So it's very important, because if you fall on the bottom of that list, it's really going to be a hard one. You need to put yourself first, because if you do put yourself first, if you love yourself first, you'll be able to do things that are going to help you and your body, and you're really going to serve people from a place of abundance, So find yourself, where do you fall on that list? Okay. And number 2, we talked about how are you going to track your progress. So how, are you going to keep a journal, your pain journal? Are you going to go for ultrasound? So it's important to have that in place. Number 3, you need to be very, your health milestone has to be something that is achievable, It has to be something that you can achieve, and the things around you, putting into consideration all your other priorities. Is this something that you can achieve? Okay. And number 4, it has to be very realistic. It has to be a realistic health milestone. So you're not going to be too hard on yourself, and also you'll be patient, because our bodies, we have put all these things in our bodies over the years, and you need to be patient when it's healing itself. So whatever that is, whatever that situation is for you right now that you want to achieve, it's going to be different for everyone, okay? Just be realistic about it and be patient throughout the process, okay? And lastly, the last point is to have a timeline. And this is going to push you. Having that timeline is going to push you towards that progress, towards, making that progress. Because if you don't have a timeline, if you say like, oh man, in December, I'm going to check myself, it's kind of like, you're going to work on it and then you're going to slack a little bit. But if you have a timeline and say, by March, I'm hoping to see, feel a little bit different. Josephine says that if I introduce more plant-based foods, there's some magic in that. And by March, if I'm not feeling anything, but I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, then there's something wrong there, But I assure you that you will feel and you will see some changes. So I hope that these simple tips will help you start making those health milestones, because you know what? It's important to have a goal and write it down. And I am a believer of having a visualization board. If you visualize and you attract what you want for that year, it comes to you. And you work towards that. So you're not going to say it and it magically appears, but you work towards something. So I hope this video will encourage you. Share with someone who is on a health and wellness journey to heal from fibroids naturally. As I said, it's different for everyone. And if you have already had surgery and you're looking for other ways to support you, in addition of the surgery, just to get your body well and healthy so that the fibroids don't return, I will urge you to keep working at it. And if this is just the beginning, that you still don't know what you need to do, check out my previous videos. And And yes, I am looking forward to this a healthy and a happy 2021 as we keep sharing life experiences. And if there are topics that you would like me to discuss, please write that in the comment box. If you need additional support, I also have some information under the description box that will really support you in this health and wellness journey. So as always, be well, be healthy, and be happy. Until next time, bye-bye.